some of what I'm going to tell you is very, very difficult to hear, and it could be distressing, so I will not be offended if you need to step out for a short while, but try and come back in. Is that okay? I'm Martin Hetzmer. Martin was one of 22 people who were murdered at the Manchester Arena attack in May 2017. Martin was so looking forward to turning 30, but over many years he used to say to us, I'm not going to see my 30th birthday. And for many years he used to say, I'm going to die a spectacular death. And unfortunately, he was right on both.
My name is Martin Hetz. I have recently been known as the boy that got the Deirdre tattoo.
He was heavily into pop music. In all these concerts, he knew every single song by heart. And he also had the ability to sing really high. In a Leona Lewis concert, he sang that loud that she had him kicked out. I was so naive, I didn't even realise on a Monday night there's concerts. You know, I really thought it's a school night, why would there be concerts? I had made the assumption that Martin is at home in his flat. So I went to bed at 10 o'clock. But then I saw Louise with my phone. She just said, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to wake him. I was just checking if Martin rang you or texted you. And then I was a bit confused. Is he not at home? And she said, no, they've gone to a concert at the arena. They've gone to see Ariana Grande. I didn't know who that person was, never heard of her. She said, there's been an incident. I said, what do you mean by incident? She said, Mum, there's been an explosion. And I literally leapt out of bed and ran out of the room. Martin died because there's no security, no lack of security. How can that be after what happened? All these people dying, all these people being injured. How can that even be? So I did some research online about venue security and came across the government's contest document, which is the government's counter-terrorism strategy document. Came across the 4 Ps, and under the protect duty, it said clearly, black on white, security is recommended but not mandatory. And I could not believe that. I thought, with all these attacks happening, how can that even be? I knew it's not going to go away. This problem is going to exist and carry on. I thought, right, do something about it. I want the government to bring in legislation. I didn't really know what I wanted. All I wanted is security. So Martin's Law, basically what we're asking for is that staff at venues do the free ACT e-learning training, which is 45 minutes. We ask for venues to carry out a risk assessment both inside and outside the building. Anything they identify, they need to reduce or deal with. We have been working for 4.5 years with the government now. The government kept saying to us, yeah, we'll apply Martin's Law for venues for 850 plus capacity. And we kept saying, no, we need the smaller venues secured. Apart from the arena attack, since 2017, all attacks in the UK have been in small venues. And that's basically Martin's Law and the journey to it. We are here in Manchester at Escape to Freight Island. We're doing the ACT training for a crowd of 300 people here in Manchester. Nobody should think an attack can't happen at their venue. It's really crucially important that people understand the danger that staff and customers could potentially be in, and I want them to be equipped with knowing what to do.
So, without further ado, Well, let's hand over to UK team Figen for it.
So my name is Figen. I'm mother of Martin Hett, who died at the Manchester Arena attack in May 2017. So I started a campaign for Martin's Law, and I realised that security in the UK is actually only a recommendation to this date. I realised how quickly somebody can bleed to death. So I'm really encouraging you to go and see Janice, who's going to stand at the bottom of the stairs with some life-saving equipment and gadgets, so that's really important. So feel free to take a photo of this. And thank you, and enjoy the training.
Thank you, Figen.
Gareth Worthington, and my job is Nighttime Economy Officer for Manchester City Centre on behalf of Cityco. Cityco is the City Centre Management Company, so we work in partnership with Greater Manchester Police and Manchester City Council, but on behalf of the businesses. So we're a not-for-profit organisation working with the businesses, especially in the retail and the nighttime economy, about keeping Manchester safe. Around September, October 2021, Figen actually contacted our office. We started talking then about what we can do. Obviously this is Manchester, so this is where it happened. So we really wanted to try and push for it. So the first one we kind of started was in November 2021. We weren't expecting much of a call up to start with. We do the tickets for free, but it's sold out within a day and a half. There's a lot of things that venues aren't really aware of yet. It's new training for everybody, really. It's really important because it's going to change the way the city and the nation works. This training is the first step to doing that. This city needs it, the people need it, just to keep people safe, really.
I'm Andy Burnham, Mayor of Greater Manchester. I've been very involved from the beginning with Figen and the campaign for Martin's Law. So I got to know Figen after May 2017. I went out to visit lots of those bereaved by the attack, and immediately connected with Figen, and Figen came to me saying that she wanted to create a proper change, given that she didn't think venues anywhere across the country were as safe as they should be. I immediately said, right, that's exactly what we should do. So I was kind of involved from the start, and I've tried to help along the way, but it's been Figen, it's not me. You know, Figen is just a force of nature and has done an amazing thing for all parents in this country. When you look at venues and how they've always been sort of licensed and managed, I don't think it's clear enough what are the basic levels of security that are needed. It's actually quite random, to be honest. And the need to just standardise what is basic when it comes to the security of a place where, you know, let's say a few people will go, even a couple of hundred people will go, or 10,000 or more will go. I just think you need to have standards in place so that everyone knows where they are when it comes to security, and every parent in the country has a level of peace of mind when their kids are out and about.
This is where I spend most of my time. I am constantly updating my to-do list. My diary is always, this is falling to bits even after 2-3 months of the year starting, because my diary is literally this full. If I'm at home, I'm literally sat here from 9 till 6, and I fill my time because there's a constant stream of emails, mainly to do with Martin's Law. One of the reasons I study terrorism is the best way to beat your enemy is to learn as much about them as possible, to know how they function and how they operate, and that to me is a good tool. I've got books on the cure for hate and Islamic State and the terrorist hunter. The bears, they started a long time ago. I probably have done about 2000 now. But they're my therapy, they're my chill time and everything. After Martin died, it felt that the bears had to take on a different role, and they became my peace bears. And I sell them online still occasionally, but I give a lot of the bears away to people who've helped me along the journey with Martin's Law and who've been good to me and who have meaning to me. You know, I used to knit in court when it was the inquiry, and I used to knit one bear a day. And I always knew that it was a really stressful day at the inquiry, because I was already halfway through my second bear, which meant when I'm stressed I knit faster. And obviously some days at the inquiry knitted very fast. One of my favourite ways of making a bear is making a multicoloured bear, and that is when I have all these remnants and I just use them up and make a very colourful bear with them. The happiest place for me in that moment is sit here, not go on my phone, watch anything silly on TV, put my footrest up and just knit and watch TV and completely zone out. And that's like medicine for me. This is my memorial. And at Christmas he'll get a Christmas bauble, and on Pride he gets a Pride ribbon, and on his birthday he gets a rainbow ribbon. You know, it may not be in our lifetime, but once the tree is much, much, much bigger, I want a young family having a picnic under the tree. That would be, for me, lovely, that whole concept.